I'm Stacy Long, a member of the public and a Clay County citizen. I spoke to you guys last week on Monday regarding the boat slip issue, and I'm back to see if we've had any further progress with it. I've been disappointed that I haven't received any communication from any members of the county, and I think that this really needs to be addressed appropriately and respectfully.
Mr. Administrator, would you, since you're going to, would you like to address that?
On the advice of legal counsel, I'm not commenting.
Thank you.
So what does that exactly mean? On what legal counsel? And where?
Could we have
I'm sorry,
answer
just to,
the citizen question?
I was just about to make a procedural point, Commissioner Ridgway. Were you also going down that road? Commissioner Ridgway, were you also going down that road? I'm sorry, Commissioner, let me go ahead and repeat that one more time. I was also about to make a point on procedure. Is that what you were going to be speaking to just a moment ago?
Perhaps it would be easiest if I listened to what you had to say. I just heard a citizen ask a question about what advice of legal counsel meant. I thought it was appropriate for legal counsel to answer the question if anyone was going to answer the question. This is a comment period, and I think the discussion earlier was that we should be very good listeners to our citizens.
The point that I was making is slightly different than yours, Commissioner. The point that I was going to make, and clearly members of the public are not as familiar with procedure, but if you could address the commission rather than any other individuals, that's sort of the process we go through. So if you don't mind, I appreciate that.
No, absolutely.
And I realize, like I say, that you're not familiar with the procedures we go through, so certainly, no harm done on that, but just for clarity's sake.
Absolutely.
Commissioner Ridgway had suggested that, if I understood her correctly, that it might be good for the counselor to, more appropriate, I'm not sure if that's characterized in her remarks as it should be, but for what it's worth.
I guess the simplest thing that I can say is there certainly have been threats of litigation regarding this issue, and given that, it's always my preference that we not talk substantively about something that may later become the subject of litigation.
Now, clearly, I think, Counselor, I think I am right to say that while there may well be some limitations that have been placed on us, clearly a citizen can say, within obviously bounds of propriety, whatever they would care to say on the subject.
Absolutely.
So I guess what I'm saying, Mrs. Long, is that, Mrs. Long, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Is that while we have certain restrictions that have been imposed upon us, you do not have any restrictions on the expression of what you would like to say. So I realize that's not very helpful for what you're trying to do, but certainly we need to be here, and we need to hear what our citizens think. So if you'd like to do any further comments, please feel free to proceed.
So I feel like in the past week, my voice as well as my voice to the public has been heard, that I'm asking a question, why can't we renew our boat slip? And I'm not getting any answer, and the only answer I'm getting is that because there may or may not be legal matters regarding this, we can't say anything at all. I have yet to receive an email from anyone, commissioner or anyone at the marina or anything as to, we're looking into this, hey, I'm sorry, anything. I've gotten no response. This is the first matter I've ever taken to the county, and yet I've gotten committed by the public, and if anything, I'm grateful that now my peers and my neighborhood and my church group and my coworkers have now seen that I've gotten no response from my county commissioners, from my county officers. You're right, I am not used to this if you went to a business and you said, hey, I think something got mixed up, can I talk to the manager? The manager comes out and says, whatever it may be, even if you meet your dead end there, typically you can make progress or someone hears you. But at this point, I feel like when I come here, I'm being told you can say whatever you want because that's public, I'm doing a public speech here now. And that, I'm still looking for an answer. I'm still looking for why am I having to go through all of this just to be told that I can pay a lot of money for something that I was told I could already have? I mean, I don't know where else to go. I don't know what else to do, and I am in fear that I'm going to get an eviction notice, which I have been told by Marina staff has already been written. And that, what about the other boat owner? I have his name, who now owns our slip. He's already paid his money and signed his contract. So, you all have pushed me into this corner. I didn't ask for this. And I'm willing to fight to draw back the curtain on something way bigger, that there are issues not being addressed or management not being properly made at the marina, because this was what we got into as 10 years of our vacation. We have made a lot of sacrifices that I went into depth last time about. We wanted to invest in the marina. We wanted to invest in our county right where we live. And now, because of all of this, it is extremely aggravating and terrifying as a member of that county to see management being done so poorly. So I don't know where to go. This is all I've been told, was that this time and this place is the only spot I can be heard.
It would be my preference to be able to address this differently, but I am being...
So I guess, sorry.
No, please go ahead.
If I'm understanding you correctly, my only route now is to hire a private attorney and take this legally, because that's the only way that you'll speak to me is through a lawyer. Is that what I'm being told? Sorry, commissioners.
No, I understand. We are, Commissioner, Counselor, can you address that at all? I'm trying to stay within the bounds that have been given, that have been, quite frankly, imposed upon me.
I think part of what we've discussed is that the avenue that I think makes the most sense is for someone in this situation to talk to the county administrator and his staff about this. And of course, those aren't necessarily conversations that we do in an open meeting.
So then, let me understand that correctly. I need to talk to the county administrator, but not at this meeting?
Well, at this meeting, we are going to be concluding here in a few moments, so if you would like to, I don't know if the county administrator would be available to speak to you, but if he is, yes.
And how come I haven't gotten that direction in all of the emails or phone calls or any other routes thus far?
That has relatively recently been, again, rather imposed. I feel as though I'm under some restraint on this issue. But I mean, that's...
So that's my next step that I'm being told now. To if possible, speak to the county administrator, correct?
I think that would probably be the next logical step. I believe that is what we have been advised, and I believe that is what the majority of the commission has signed off on.
Okay.
I do, by the way, I do want to repeat my apology that you had such a long wait last week. I objected to the idea that, that was imposed upon you.
I appreciate that, and this is not my place of business, so I didn't know how the meeting was ran. I understand that you guys are rearranging things in order to hear public comments and whatever it may be, and I also was very lucky to have met a lot of people that were very graciously helping me and keeping track of kids and offering snacks, and so if anything, I've met other members of the county that were very supportive in me having my voice heard. And so that, for that, I'm appreciative of too.
Unfortunately, up until recently, comments from the audience, public, as you're doing right now, was previously at the top of the agenda that has, again, over my objection, been moved. So I apologize for the inconvenience that might have imposed upon you.
Appreciate your time again.